Anything good, a masterpiece, it takes time, from relationships to careers. We usually start dating in our early 20s, and a lot of us force ourselves to have a perfect relationship built in our early lives. But there's a reason why we choose 30 as a number to have fully settled down with somebody we love to build a family around. It's because we acknowledge we need a 10-year period to really work out ourselves and what it is and who it is we want to date. It's the same with a career. We usually go in as an amateur, we usually go in as an apprentice, and it takes us sometimes even more than 10 years, sometimes 20 years, sometimes a whole lifetime to just become good at that job. We have to acknowledge that all great works of art, especially in, I was about to say the olden times, but in the past, we have to admit that, from the Sistine Chapel, these works of art, these masterpieces, they took time. And there is nothing really in the modern world what can compare to them, because we're making art so fast now. We're turning over, artists are turning over art in months and years and sometimes in days if you're talking about YouTube. But all the masterpieces in film, in writing, it takes time. It takes dedication. It takes really learning the craft to actually make something worthy. And then going off of that, once you've made one masterpiece, I'm not just talking about art, this can be in your career, this can be in your relationship. Once you have that relationship with somebody, once you have gotten good at your job, a lot of us are taught to almost become greedy. If we own a business and the business is successful, we become greedy and we try and open two more. And usually those businesses aren't as good as the one what we've already opened, because lightning only strikes once. We put in all that work to attain that thing. If you think about all the greatest filmmakers, from the Nolans to the Paul Thomas Andersons, they bring films out sometimes every 6 years, sometimes every 4 years, and those films are usually better than the films what come out year after year, because we have to take time. We have to allow ourselves time to evolve. That's why content creating is kind of strange, because in order for a content creator to do their best work and not just be turning things out, or churning things out is the word, we have to acknowledge that it could take a month to really think. If I was to really think about these topics I'm talking about, even this topic now, it's just kind of meta. If I was to think about this for a month, I probably could make a better video than the one I'm making now. But we force ourselves onto this train track of getting views, and even if you're not working in an area where you're trying to get views, we have become obsessed as a society that we get ourselves into a relationship which is good, and then we start thinking about children. Then we start thinking about our career. I have a good relationship, now I need a good career. Now I need a good house, now I need a good car. Now I need a better jacket. We have become obsessed. And I was listening to an interview from the author Donna Tartt, who wrote A Secret History. Yeah, I haven't read the book, but I'm going to. And she spoke about how, I'm sinking into a hole. She spoke about, that's exactly what she spoke about. She spoke about how she takes 10 years to write her books. Now, I don't know if that makes you a better writer, I don't know if that makes you a better creator, but it sounds like she gets to live a lot more of a nicer life, because she's not pressuring herself to just have books. So far she's got 3 books to her name. What is this sort of obsession that we attain something in life and then we need more? What is that obsession? And there is never usually any happiness within that. There is a different sort of track of thought. For example, right now I'm in sort of the realm of traveling, and I'm traveling a lot, and you could argue that I'm only really going to these places sometimes for 4 days. So I'm not really getting to explore the place fully, but I feel there's a difference between something is happening and something is moving. That's a lot different from trying to do lots of different things. Like something in your life can really be going. You could be doing a job where you're selling lots of different places, you're selling yourself in lots of different areas, but that doesn't, but you're still working towards your masterpiece. So all my little travels, what I do, are working towards a bigger picture. Here we go, the sun's going in again. And I feel I'm gaining more wisdom, and there is some sort of excitement in doing it this way. And all these 3 weeks to sometimes 2-day travels will create my final painting. But the next step forward is actually probably to spend a month, a year in one of these places and really travel and really feel and absorb the place. I think you had a question, didn't you?
More in your life to take time with your work and with your writing, and set your sights on writing less.
Sophia asked if I've been inspired to, in my own work, in my own writings and art, to take more time in writing. Would you say better pieces or bigger pieces or
fewer pieces?
Yeah, I wouldn't even say I've been inspired in my art or my or even these. I would say I'm more inspired in my day-to-day life, in my day-to-day existence. Of it's like mental health, isn't it? We think the mental health journey, we can solve our problems within a year. We think we can solve them within a month. But the truth is, it's a lifelong commitment, it's a lifelong journey, and maybe 10 years down the road, you realize something you didn't realize at the very start of that journey. So, yeah, I'd say I've been more inspired in my daily life, and I think, not that I want to live my life like a monk, but I think a life best lived is one what is careful, and one what is steady, and one where you can, because I'm sort of saying with the travel, if you travel China for 3 months, you'll have more of a experience than I will being there 2 weeks. There's no doubt about it, and you might be more fulfilled in that sort of sense. So I'm going to finish the video there. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. Have a good Easter. Ciao.